Let us welcome these young Moko Jumbies. Let me hear the word. Right, Aquaba. And let me give them another warm greeting. Welcome, Moko Jumbies. Ah, the rhythm is good. Moko Jumbies are dancing. And that's Mr. Bishnath with his Moko Jumbies, our good brother Bishnath. Wow, let's look at the art of the Moko Jumbi. Give these brothers a loud one for me. The young sister Moko Jumbi, beautiful, beautiful. In front of you, give those brothers and sisters a loud round of applause. Right, that's the rhythm for the Moko Jumbi. Okay. We understand that Kambule is still down. Park and Frederick, thanks to React, we know that Kambule is down on Park and Frederick still. These Moko Jumbies as they're leaving the stage. Thank you for that presentation of the Moko Jumbies. Brother Bishnath and his Moko Jumbies quite from south. Did I hear that loud enough? Woo, 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 woo. And as you can tell, Kambule is still entering the Lichasuo Mawali village. We understand that the end of Kambule is still down on Park and Frederick Street. So you know that it's very large this year. Beautifully so, beautifully so. facility. Sister Zakia Uzoma Wadada has just entered the Lijiasu Omawali village. Can you give her that greeting for me? What's the word? Akwaba. Yes, Sister Zakia. They are welcoming you with the Akwaba word. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Village, they are ready to perform. So I have one young man ready to do his calypso for you. Before I introduce him, I'm going to ask Kevon or any of his maintenance crew to come left of stage for me, please. Urgently, I'm asking some of the maintenance crew to come this way for me, please. Okay, while they are making their way here, let me introduce you to a brother from the Southland. His name is Wayne Perot. And he's going to sing for us, Step It Up. Right. I think Maestro has his music. Wayne Perot singing Step It Up.
Yeah, yeah. Missing link, forging my identity with the power to control my destiny. There is another force plaguing my serenity. It's a stumbling block that controls reality. In order to satisfy my hunger for unity, I'm struck with a blow to my security. Getting out of a pit, pulled down by my brother's hands. When the table turns, I just can't understand. It's the same old thing, clinging to my very core, blocking my success, dragging me down more and more. I must find a way to embrace the truth. Got to move ahead and change the mood. Step it up, black people. Step it up. Get out of the bubble, my people, and shake it up. Stay out of trouble, people, and wake it up. Bring back the unity, people. Bring it back. Na 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 na. I'm running a race where there is no return. From the very first step, I had to hold my own. Upon the sound of the gun, I took off like lightning bolt, claiming my child to claim my goal. Got to make that move with many a twist and turns. To find myself, I had to burn to learn. Where there is a will, there's always a way to go. But in this life, all things we shall never know. The road is long and there are many signs. Got to make up your mind and take. Do your best with all your might, but don't forget, never give up the fight. Step it up, black people. Step it up. Get out of the bottom, my people, and shake it up. Stay out of trouble, people, and wake it up. Bring back the unity, people, bring it back. Step it up, black people, step it up. Get out of the bottle, my people, and shake it up. Stay out of trouble, people, and wake it up. Bring back the unity, people, bring it back. Step it, 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 step it up. Step it up. Step it, 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 step it up. Step it up. Step, 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 step it up. Step it up. Step, 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 step it up. Step it up. Step it up. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. That was Wayne Perot, Step It Up. Now, I have to ask anyone who's standing in the front here, please, will not be able to stand there. Unfortunately, the King's entourage is coming here. So you either have to go to the right or to the left. But no one will be allowed to stand in front. Okay? Thank you very much, brother. Yes, please. Go to the right or to the left. Otherwise, the police will be clearing that area. Thank you very, very much. Okay. So once again, we're seeing thousands of people entering the village, and we want to give them that special welcome. What is that special welcome? It's Akwaba. I don't hear you. Akwaba. Let me hear you. Akwaba. Yes. Let me just make one more housekeeping announcement. No trucks are allowed in the village. Or you can welcome them with the words, Akwaba. Akwaba. Okay, here are these children. Now, brother, hello, the brother who's smoking on the courtyard, I'm going to have to ask you to move. Otherwise, unfortunately, the police will ask you to move. We have to keep this area clear. Thank you very much. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
We are the Children of St. Francis Spiritual Baptist Church, Omorisha, as we come to give you all a pledge at the way of the life that we face the Orishas. And here we begin. This is our national anthem to please the Orishas. Ashe? Shile ku fuaha ulwa. Shile ku fuaha ulwa. Shile ku fuaha o. Iwalo niwa. Iwalo niwa. Mase tawano. Shile ku. Wow. Wow. Uluwa baba. Iwalo niwa. Shile ku fuaha ulua. Shile ku fuaha ulua. Shile ku fuaha o. Iwalo niwa. Iwalo niwa, masheta wano shileku fuao. Uluwao. Uluwa baba. Iwalo niwa. Masheta wano. Shileku fuaha uluwa. Shileku fuaha uluwa baba. Shileku fuao. Iwalo niwa. Iwalo niwa. Masheta wano. Shileku fuao. Uluwao. Uluwa baba. Iwalo. Iwalo niwa. Iwalo niwa. Shileku fuaha uluwa. Shileku fuaha uluwa baba. Shileku fuao. Iwalo niwa. Iwalo niwa. Masheta wano. Shileku fuao. Uluwa baba. Iwalo niwa. Maseta wano sileku fuao. We pay homage to our positive ancestors, those that was here before us and even with us at this point in time. Ashe. Ashe. We pay homage to Baba Eshu, the road opener, that all roads may open for everyone that is here at this point in time. Ashe. Ashe. And here we begin. You ready? Yesu barakbo motuba. Are are subarako laroye. Adamonde kori Yesu barako motuba yelegbe Yesu lona. Yesu barako motuba. Are are subarako motuba. Adamonde kori Yesu barako motuba yelegbe. Ye barako metiba. Are are subarako laroye. Adamonde kori Yesu barako motuba yelegbe Yesu lona. Yesu barako motuba. Are are subarako motuba. Adamonde kori Yesu barako motuba yelegbe Yesu lona. Ye barako mejiba. Are are subarako laroye. Adamonde kori Yesu barako motuba yelegbe Yesu lona. Yesu barako motuba. Are are subarako motuba. Adamonde kori Yesu barako motuba yelegbe. Ye barako motuba. Are are subarako laroye. Adamonde kori Yesu barako motuba yelegbe Yesu lona. Yesu barako. And here we call on Baba Ogun to cut and clear all negative and bring positive within our energy. Ashe? Ashe. DJ ready? Yawa Oguwoniwe Yerose Yerogun Oguwoniwe Kilose Balogun Yawa Oguwoniwe Kilose Ilogo Oguwoniwe Kilose Balogun Yawa Oguwoniwe Kilose Ilogo Oguwoniwe Kilose Balogun Kilomo Oguwoniwe Kilose Balogun Asaraja Okuro so baba Okuro so Okuro so baba Okuro so Okuro so baba Okuro so Okuroso baba okuroso. Okuroso baba okuroso. Okuroso. Yeregun na bani okuro. Okuro. Bani silegbe. Bani okuro. Okuro. Ogun la. Urele ogun la mone. Ebulala mone ogo. Ebulala mone. Ebulala mone. Ariwo ogune. Ariwo ogune. Ariwo kawo karele. Ogun bane Simon ayele. Ogun bane Simon ayele.
Amaleta koriko. Amaleta koriko. Maleta 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 koriko.
Children from Laventil, please. Right. And many people are still entering the village from the Kambule this morning. As you can hear, the music trucks are now entering, and that's usually bringing up the rear. Today we have a very special event for you, because today the king of the Ashanti, Otumfo Osei Tutu II, will actually come to visit the Lidj Yasuo Mwali village. Now, when he comes, he will come with a very large retinue, and you will be able to see them entering the savannah directly in front of us. So we will keep you alerted as to when that will happen. In the meantime, we're going to have just a few more of the groups that have been out on the Kambule come and join you on stage. And then we're going to pause until the arrival of the king. And when he arrives, we have a very special cultural program for you. So I just want to let everyone understand how the day will unfold this year. Yes? Can I see your banner so we can announce you?
Somebody fainted.
Fainted?
Yeah, somebody fainted stage left, so we need somebody from the ambulance services.
The ambulance services, please attend to someone who has fainted on my stage left. The ambulance services, please attend to someone who has fainted stage left. Okay, thank you. Welcome to the Nubian nation. Welcome, brothers. Thank you very much. Could I hear that famous word? How are we going to welcome them? Akwaba. Oh gosh, we must remember that word. We have to tell our neighbors when we go home. What's the word? Akwaba. Akwaba, which means welcome in the Twi language. That's the language of the king of Akan people, Akan speaking people, the Ashanti, the Asantehene, who will be here today. Is the United Sabian Worldwide. They have 3 groups that they will be displaying for you. One is the Order of the Eastern Stars. The other is Sabian Lodge number 5. So please welcome, let me hear you welcome these brothers and sisters who've been on the parade, on the Kambule since early this morning. Can I hear a welcome? Akwaba! Right.
Greetings. Greetings, my family. Introducing the Sabian Order of the Eastern Stars, Chapter 12, Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you.
Akwaba. Akwaba. Yes, we are the original Egyptian Masonic Order, and we are here to present ourselves. Some people think that an order or a sacred order is some mysterious kind of mystic that doesn't belong to us. But all orders have their roots in Africa, Egypt in particular. So we are here, we are part of everything that's happening here, and we are here to present ourselves.
Could I please ask the ambulance service to take my stage left? There is someone who has fainted. I need the ambulance service, St. John's Ambulance Brigade. Kindly go stage left. Someone has fainted and we need assistance. Stage left, please.
Nagaru! Nagaru! All hail! All hail! All hail! His Excellency, Dr. Malachi, Kabina, Zadok, York, Akron, 33 degrees of perfection on into 720 degrees of completion of the original Egyptian Masonic Order, the Sabian Grand Lodge. All hail! All hail! All hail! All hail!
present their organization. Go ahead.
Greetings, greetings everyone. We have come all the way today from America to spend this emancipation with all our Trinidadian family. Woo! And we have our faith family over here. And we'd love to send our greetings to the special guest that is here today, to the Ghanaian king. Woo! What is the word welcome? Akola? Akwaba! Akwaba! Okay. Peace.
Thank you very much. Let's hear it for these very beautifully dressed, very disciplined group of young men and women. Thank you very much, brothers and sisters.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we'd like to thank everybody who supported us. And we'd like, on behalf of Sabian Lodge number 5, we send blessings on behalf of the Supreme Grand Master, as well as the Sovereign Grand Commander, Dr. Malachi Kobina York. We send greetings to the Trinidad family, everybody here and beyond. So we wish you, we live in peace and blessings to the family. Tawat, Wadu.
Thank you, brother. Wedasi. That's how we would say thank you. Okay. Okay, so brothers and sisters, what we're going to do now is we're going to pause any activity on this stage. We're going to straighten it up, clean it down, and be ready for the arrival of the king. I suggest you make sure that you visit the village, grab something to eat and drink, make yourself comfortable, enjoy the music of our DJs back there as we prepare the Lijiasuo Mawali for the coming of the Asante King, the Asantehene. Thank you very much.
Yeah!
Wow.
Make it too much, but I think they were supposed to start at 2. But the time would be pushed back because they would want this move covered.
Bill Trotman, artist extraordinaire. I would like us to give a very special spot for him so we can move him to the right-hand side of the courts where he will be able to see. Now, I have to urge you not to take your chairs and put them along the corridor on the right-hand side, because the fire department will tell us that we are making it very difficult for people to pass. So that passage has to be kept clear. I'm also looking forward to hearing some Rudder, some Stalin. I'm looking forward to some music to soothe our souls. Maybe we can hear... that the Asantehene, the king, accompanied by the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, the Honorable Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, they are on their way into the Lijasu Omawali village. Please clear the red carpet. Please clear the red carpet. Ensure there are no children on the red carpet for me, please. We see the Moko Jumbis headed out to greet the king. That's a very beautiful sight. And how are we going to greet the king? All morning we've been using one word. Anyone remember what that word is? Akwaba. Can I hear you? Right, we're going to say that at least 3 times when he reaches that corner of the Lijasu Omawali. We're going to say, Akwaba, Akwaba, Akwaba. Yes? I see the Moko Jumbis have gone off to greet him. Please don't stand on the left-hand side of that red carpet. I want it absolutely clear. I thank any police officers who are here to clear that area for me. Especially, I think we've had, unfortunately, some dancing souls, and we prefer not to have any dancing souls now. Please, people on the right-hand side, please do keep the area clear so that the fire services are not worried. No one is allowed on the forecourt, please. Find yourself a seat in the grandstand. We welcome all those people who are on the northern side. And I'm going to share with you as well the magic word that we are using. Akwaba. Can you say that word? Akwaba. Yes. Akwaba is the greeting of the tree. Greeting in the king's language. Aquaba. Soon we will see the King's umbrella. I think I am seeing it in the sunlight. This crowd that is right in front here, to my left, in front of the speakers, kindly move, kindly go to the top and find a space. There are white seats up at the top. Yes, this group in front here, please clear that area. Please clear this area, gentlemen and ladies. Mothers, please go into the stadium and find a seat. Yes, yes, mother, there are seats. Please clear the area. Please kindly clear the area. Everyone. Please help us clear the area. And it's not a good idea to stand in front of people when there are seats to your left. Please help us. There are seats to the left. There are some seats to the right. Kindly clear the area so that when the King and the Prime Minister arrive, we have a really nice clear area that they can enter. Only the press is allowed in the forecourt area. Only the press is allowed in the forecourt area. I would love to hear Hugh Masekela and Marshall Montano saying, meet me down in Siparia, meet me down in Soweto, something to give our people some life.
So they're on their way? Yes. The only procession is on its way.
Yes, they will go on the right-hand side of the Prime Minister.
So with the two chairs there?
They will move. Well, as they're coming, they got it in place. They will move it. You watch. They will move it.
Who moves it?
It's somebody's job. Yes, it's somebody's job. Yes, I sorted it out for them.
Wonderful. So
the people are complaining about people standing.
I know. I'm
so
going to beg
maybe
them.
get policeman or something.
Yeah.
I think they're blocking their view.
Yeah. Okay, colleagues, mothers and fathers, help us out here. Please encourage the children to take a seat. There's still room in the back. There's still chairs. Please encourage them to take a seat so that the people who are seated are able to see. I beg you, appeal to you to please, people in the front. There are people who came very early this morning and are sitting in the back. Please, I don't want anyone in the forecourt who is not press. Gentlemen in the forecourt, if you're not press, ladies, if you're not press, please find a seat in the stadium.
Hey, hey, everybody, And every day, and every day, and every day, and every day, and every day. Oh Lord.
Okay, so for security reasons, I'm appealing again. All areas in the forecourt must be cleared except for the press. They are allowed to stand in the forecourt. Please, everyone else, try to find a seat. We will all see. It is a very beautiful, beautiful occasion. We will all see.
Hey, hey. And every day, and every day, and every day, and every day, and every day. Oh Lord, they run me down. Yeah, they hunt me down, down. They track me down, 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 down. And they shake me down, 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 down. I am a fugitive, always on the run. Like sardine in a tin, heading to the Caribbean night and day. Little did they know, sunshine in Trinbago. I start to flow through the Pacific back to Africa. Masikela, meet me down in Siparia, Siparia. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Montano, meet me down in Soweto, Soweto. Oh yo 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 yo. Masikela, meet me back in Africa, Africa. Montano, meet me back in Trinbago, Trinbago. Oh yo, Kaya, Asantehene,
Okay, the king's umbrella is moving, which means the party is right outside our gate. Can you see the party of the king and our prime minister? It is beautiful to behold. Absolutely beautiful to behold. What are we going to be shouting? Akwaba! I can't hear you. Akwaba! Let the king hear you. Akwaba! Yes, let the king hear us. Our voices welcoming him.
Africa, Africa. Montano, make me back in Trinbago.
Let's hear that Akwaba for our king. Akwaba! Akwaba! Akwaba!
And every day, and every day, and every day, and every day, and every day. Oh Lord, they run me down. Yeah, they hunt me down, down. They track me down, 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 down. And they shake me down, 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 down. I am a fugitive, always on the run. Like sardine in a tin, heading to the Caribbean night and day. Little did they know, sunshine in Trinbago. I start to flow through the Pacific back to Africa. Masikela, meet me down in Siparia, Siparia. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
greeting for the king, Akwaba. That greeting for the king, Akwaba. 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 Yes. A rousing welcome. Yes. Can you hear me on this mic? Can you hear me? A rousing welcome once more. Can you hear me? Okay, can you hear me? I would love a rousing welcome once again for His Royal Majesty Otumfo Osei Tutu, the Asantehene. Akwaba. Yes, very well. And he is accompanied by the Prime Minister, the Honorable Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. And I'd like a rousing, yes, let me hear it, for Prime Minister Keith Christopher Rowley. His Royal Majesty Otumfo Osei Tutu, the Asantehene, Ministers of Government, Paramount Chiefs of the Ashanti Kingdom, Queen Mothers of the Ashanti Kingdom, Ms. Zakia Uzoma Wadada, Chair of the Emancipation Support Committee, Members of Parliament, members of the Diplomatic Corps, members of the Emancipation Support Committee, brothers and sisters all, mothers and fathers all, extending the invitation of His Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu, the Asantehene, to Trinidad and Tobago. We are thankful for that invitation, and we are grateful that the invitation was accepted. Very quickly, I would like now to introduce our Executive Chair of the Emancipation Support Committee, Ms. Zakia Uzoma-Wadada, to give a welcome remark, welcome our guests, before we pay our cultural tribute to our guest. Ms. Zakia Uzoma-Wadada.
Good afternoon, everyone. And I want us, as Asha just said, to give our entourage from Ghana, led by His Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, the Asantehene, the King of the Ashanti Kingdom, wherever the kingdom finds itself. Give him a wonderful Akwaba! 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 Our spirits are so lifted just by the energy that we are all sharing in this blessed and special moment for which we give thanks. I recognize in our presence our Honorable Prime Minister, Christopher Rowley, all the Queen Mothers of the Ashanti Kingdom, all the paramount chiefs, all members of Parliament, the directors and members and staff of the Emancipation Support Committee, and most of all of you brothers and sisters from Trinidad and Tobago, particularly our African brothers and sisters today. And this is because it is the first time for many of us that we can experience royalty. Royalty has always meant for us, based on our education, kings and queens coming out of Europe. And we never understood that royalty emanated from our own continent, from our home. And today we have this blessed and special experience for which we give thanks to all the divine energies of life. And of course to our Prime Minister for affording us this opportunity to feel, to see, to taste, to embrace African royalty. And there can be no other royalty that presents itself any better. Because this royalty comes with energy. This royalty is not just about material things. It's about spirit. And it is something that we have all felt as they entered into our space. You would have felt the beautiful and powerful energy that is African. And today, I want us to really embrace this. I want us to embrace it and take it into our psyche. Because having been separated from our homes, from our language, for so many centuries, most of us have forgotten who we are. And today, we are reminded of who we are and have been prior to enslavement. Our history did not begin with enslavement. kings and kingdoms came out of Africa. And today, we are blessed. I know many of us would never forget this day. And our children who are blessed to have this opportunity will now understand who they are. Not because somebody told them, not because they read it in a book, not because they saw it on television, but because they experienced it live and alive. And we cannot ask for a greater privilege. It is only my duty to say welcome, to give welcome remarks. So I thank all of you, every single human being, mother, child, daughter, and son, who has shared this amazing experience that we have been afforded today. I thank you for being here with us, sharing this amazing energy, and we need now to hold it, to embrace it, and to use it for our continuous growth, development, self-understanding, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding as we reconnect. We are reconnecting today with ourselves. And we give thanks for the opportunity, and we give thanks to this amazing, our amazing visitors from Ghana, and thank them so much for what they are doing for all of us today. Ashe.
I got it. Brothers and sisters, and to our guests, of course, the Asantehene and his entourage, we offer a very small taste of our cultural heritage here this afternoon. And so I'm going to introduce a young woman, Queen Marisha, who is going to share and introduce the cultural component of the program for you. Sir, Your Majesty, dignitaries, we hope that you enjoy it. I give you Sister Marisha.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Osha. So my name is Marisha Ransom. Thank you. And I do have the esteemed honor and privilege of hosting the cultural tribute to the King. The first segment we're going to have, it's a piece. It's called The Praise Song to a King, written by Dr. N2 Pearl Springer, performed by Emmanuel and Solia, Aspira and Ira Shangobini Charles as drummer. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together as we welcomed A Praise Song to the King. Trinidad and Tobago, we could do better than that, please. Let's show them some love, Trinidad and Tobago.
But who is here? A king? Indeed. What? But nobody didn't tell me nothing. But the winds have whispered and the waters had gurgled. In our ancestry, there is stories of royal blood in our veins. Kingdoms from centuries ago. From their royal blood came many fierce warriors of freedom. Freedom. Freedom that we now celebrate today. The Akan, the Ashanti, that we call Koromanti. A legacy of resistance. In Antigua, Jamaica, Barbados, and even right here in our own Tobago. Fierce warriors, fearless, feared throughout the region. Oh. Thanks for those warriors fared throughout the region, for they have paved the way for us. The Akan and the Koromanti, those that we call the Koromanti. In Tobago, Sandy and his Ashanti warriors let go their warrior cry that pierced the air. From 1770 to 1776. Our great warriors. We welcome you, my king. But we were not just warriors. We were more, much more. From your royal bloodline came a prince, Kofi Nti. In Fort George on the hill, a station, a communication station he created. And then there was Anansi, gifted by Nyami the stories, bequeathed to you, to me, bequeathed to them from us. My king. Ah, that's Anansi. Kwaku Anansi. Anansi was more than a trickster. He was a strategist, a warrior of guile and wisdom and subterfuge. And you are guided by ancestral spirit, ancestral wisdom. The obia of resistance. Ooh. Hey. You have come from home to home. His Royal Majesty Utumfo Olosei Tutu II, the Asantehene. We welcome you. From your royal blood came many warriors who paved way for we to celebrate a day like today. They have graced the earth and gifted it with their blood. welcome you, Akwaba. We salute you.
Thank you. And that was a very beautiful historical piece called A Praise Song to the King, which was done by Emmanuel Ansolia Aspero and Ire Shangomini as the drummer, written and directed by Dr. Pearl N2 Springer. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together as we say congratulations to that beautiful historical piece. The next item we have on this evening's program would be done by Mr. David Burrow, which is Ghana by Lord Kitchener.
Greetings to one and all Akwaba. Ghana, Ghana is the name, Ghana. We wish to proclaim, we will be jolly, merry and gay. The 6th of March, Independence Day. Ghana, Ghana is the name, Ghana. We wish to proclaim, we will be jolly, merry and gay. The 6th of March, Independence Day. This day will never be forgotten. The 6th of March, 1957, when the Gold Coast successfully got their independence officially. Ghana, Ghana is the name, Ghana. We wish to proclaim, we will be jolly, merry and gay. The 6th of March, Independence Day. Dr. Nkrumah went out his way to make the Gold Coast what it is today. He endeavored continually to bring us freedom and liberty. Ghana, Ghana is the name, Ghana. We wish to proclaim, we will be jolly, merry and gay. The 6th of March, Independence Day. Ghana, Ghana is the name, Ghana. We wish to proclaim, we will be jolly, merry and gay. The 6th of March, Independence Day. The doctor began as agitator, then he became popular leader. He continued to go further and became Ghana's prime minister. Ghana, Ghana is the name, Ghana. We wish to proclaim, we will be jolly, merry and gay. The 6th of March, Independence Day. Ghana, Ghana is the name, Ghana. We wish to proclaim, we will be jolly, merry and gay. The 6th of March, Independence Day. The national flag is a lovely scene with beautiful colors, red, gold and green, with a black star in the center representing the freedom of Africa. Ghana, Ghana is the name, Ghana. We wish to proclaim, we will be jolly, merry and gay. The 6th of March, Independence Day. Ghana, Ghana is the name, Ghana. We wish to proclaim, we'll be jolly, merry and gay. The 6th of March, Independence Day. Congratulations from Haile Selassie was proudly received by everybody. He particularly comment on the doctor's move to self-government. Ghana, Ghana is the name, Ghana. We wish to proclaim, we will be jolly, merry and gay. The 6th of March, Independence Day. Ghana, Ghana is the name, Ghana. We wish to proclaim, we will be jolly, merry and gay. The 6th of March, Independence Day. Independence Day. Ghana, Ghana is the name. Ghana, we wish to proclaim we will be jolly, merry and gay. The 6th of March, independent. One more time. Ghana, Ghana is the name. Ghana, we wish to proclaim we will be jolly, merry and gay. The 6th of March, Independence Day.
Thank you, Mr. David Biru. And that was Ghana by Lord Kitchener. Are you all enjoying this evening's program? Are you all enjoying this evening's program? Thank you very much. We have to show what Trinidad and Tobago culture is like. As they are setting up, I would now like to introduce a pan duet, which will be done by Exodus Steel Orchestra. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for Exodus Steel Orchestra. Thank you, and that was a pan duet done by Exodus Steel Orchestra. As we move along with this evening's cultural segment, I would now like to introduce the Calypso Monarch 2023, Mr. Tizia O'Connor and his dad, Dwayne O'Connor, who would be doing a piece, Black is Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as we welcome Dwayne O'Connor and Tizia O'Connor.
Pleasant evening, everyone. Happy Emancipation. And of course, our King representing. We say welcome to Trinidad and Tobago. This song is called Black is Beautiful, and you all know that, right?
Take it. Many, many, many years it took for us to find this natural look. Many, many, many years it took. Now we have found a natural look. Suddenly out of the blue, this thing has struck like something new. Everybody young and old, growing afro and telling the world.
Now if you hear that, black is beauty, look at the gloss.
It's a texture, of course. Lift your head like me. You got to wear your color with dignity.
How it go now? Black is beauty.
Look at the shine.
It's yours and mine. Erase completely this feeling of inferiority. If you're black and you're beautiful, put your hands together. It's quite important, simple though it seems. We have achieved what once was thought a dream. We have been imitating in the past. Now we have found our very own at last. No more hot combs to press we hair, and no more bleach creams to make us clear. Indeed, I say without pretext, no more inferiority complex. Let me hear the back up.
Black is beautiful.
Look at the glass.
Black is beautiful.
It's a texture, of course. When you walk this land, believe you are equal to
any man.
How it go now?
Black is beautiful.
Look at the shine.
Black is beautiful.
It's yours and mine. Erase completely this feeling of inferiority. Make some noise and the king know that we know what is black and beautiful. Special verse.
My brother, why do you deny the fact when someone says that you are black?
Your skin is very clear, I do agree. But don't you know your color just like me? There is no in-between in race. One has to find his rightful place. Indeed, I say without pretext, no more inferiority complex. Because we know that
black is beautiful.
Look at the glass.
Black is beautiful.
It's the texture, of course. Lift your head like we.
You got to wear your color with dignity.
How it go now?
Black is beautiful.
Look at the shine.
Black is beautiful.
It's yours and mine. Erase completely this feeling of inferiority. I want you to take the music down, Mr. DJ, because I want to hear the audience. Black is beautiful.
Black is beautiful.
Got to shine. Lift your head like me. You got to wear your color with dignity. How it go now?
Black is beautiful.
Look at the glass.
Black is beautiful.
Erase completely this feeling of inferiority.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Long live Kaiso, and black is beautiful.
Thank you to Father and Son, Calypso Monarch 2012 and Calypso Monarch 2023, doing a duet, Black is Beautiful. And you know, we have one more item on this program, but I'm just going to do something out of the box, which is not on this program. I'm seeing an icon in the audience, a lady who has contributed a lot to Trinidad and Tobago. And I would just like to say a very special good evening to Miss Ella Andel. Oh, she's standing for you all to see her. Thank you very much, Mother Ella. So the final cultural tribute on today's program would be Wasafoli Dance Company. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together and welcome Wasafoli Dance Company. Thank you, Wasafuli. What an energetic performance. Did you all enjoy that performance? Did you all enjoy that performance? Thank you very much. So now, as we close off the cultural segment, I would now hand over to Ms. Asha to Ms. Asha Cambon, who would now invite the Honorable Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago on stage. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, my dear sister. And thank you, brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, all. I'm sure you've enjoyed the little taste of Trinidad and Tobago that we have offered our guests here today. Can I hear that rousing welcome and thank you for that little taste of culture from Trinidad and Tobago? Oh, that's a little one. Right, now I'm hearing it. Yes, you know, the Jamaicans say you have to big up yourself. So if we don't rally behind ourselves, we're in trouble. Okay, this afternoon we're moving very swiftly. We actually are quite honored today, not only to have the visiting king with us, of course, but to have as well the Honorable Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, who will now address you. Dr. Rowley.
Thank you very much, sister. His Royal Majesty Otumfo Osei Tutu II, Asantehene of the Ashanti Kingdom, Ministers of Government, Paramount Chiefs of the Ashanti Kingdom, Queen Mothers of the Ashanti Kingdom, Ms. Zakia Uzuma Wadada, Chairman of the Emancipation Support Committee, Members of Parliament all, members of the Emancipation Committee all, brothers and sisters, visitors all. This is a moment of great historic significance, not only for the people of Trinidad and Tobago, but for the people of Africa in general. Once again, it is my honor and privilege to say welcome to our distinguished guest, His Royal Majesty Asantehene of the Ashanti Kingdom. We here in Trinidad and Tobago, Africans, we are of African descent, we cannot deny. We have always been missing something. And today is the highlight of a mental, spiritual, and physical journey to date. I was raised in Tobago by my grandparents, and I had a grandfather who worked every day except Sunday, when he became a Seventh-day Adventist. But there was one day in the year that he never worked. It was the only day he would get up from bed and say, today I will not do work. I will celebrate August Day. As a child, I thought he was just taking a day off. But as I got to learn more and more of our history, I realized that this old man who was raising me was honoring ancestors we never knew, who were hidden from us, and an ancestry which was very much buried. 1st of August was the day he recognized as his own personal holiday. He passed away in 1974. Never saw the next step that we made, where later on, the government of Trinidad and Tobago, led by a party, led by a historic Emancipation Day. Ladies and gentlemen, let us celebrate, let us acknowledge, and let us go forward. But under the hands of that historian, Dr. Eric Williams, it appears as though we were always reaching out for Africa, it being far away, but he knew it was there. In the 60s, we had royalty from Africa. The Emperor Haile Selassie visited us, and we got to know that Africa did have an emperor, did have an empire. The Italians didn't want to accept that. The world didn't want to accept it, but Africa knew it. Then came prime ministers, presidents. We had the visit of Lieutenant Jerry Rawlings. He visited us at Emancipation time. And Goodluck Jonathan, he also visited. But this is the first time that we are having a visit of a blood relative, royal blood relative from West Africa, which has a connection to us here in Trinidad and Tobago. So visitors and visitors all, this visit is different because it's a welcome home to us and a welcome to us to Africa from family. This is a family gathering taking place at Emancipation time in Trinidad and Tobago. We could spend time reciting and repeating what happened to our ancestors. We need to know that because there are others who don't care. I could tell you at the level of CARICOM, there's a committee to advance the cause of reparation, to educate those who claim not to know and who claim not to have any responsibility for the African cultural holocaust. But I was in Barbados when the now King Charles joined the gathering in Barbados, when Barbados broke the chain and became a republic. We did that in 1976 because with independence in 1962, we still had a colonial master, so said, as our head of state. But in 1976, we decided to break that chain, to loosen those bonds, and to take responsibility for ourselves. So today, we are the independent Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. So when Barbados followed many years later, I was there representing the people of Trinidad and Tobago in my capacity as Prime Minister. And I observed and I listened British royalty attempting to apologize or accept responsibility for that piece of history. So I took the opportunity when I got back to Trinidad to write to the now King and then Prime Minister, the two leaders in Britain, pointing out to them that we in CARICOM, we in Trinidad and Tobago, we have a conversation on reparation, and since that statement was made in Barbados by the King, who was then the Prince, it was a good time to take on board the conversations of responsibility and reparation. Signed, Keith Rowley, Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. And just to tell you where we are in this world, who we are in this world, I could tell you now, it must be the only time in the history of the British But today, as we celebrate in Trinidad and Tobago, in the presence of an African king, whether they reply or they don't reply, we will move onward and upward in freedom as free black people, wherever we are, anywhere in this world. So it's on that score that I will pass the floor to our king, the Ashanti king, royalty from the kingdom of Ashanti in Delta, Ghana. Let us give him a rousing Trinidad and Tobago welcome. Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome to free Trinidad and Tobago on African Emancipation Day.
Rabia Santina Dwe Kasangen. Osei chemi modinya visio. Osei chemi modinya visio. Why never nyasa juso supani ni akaba kuma sika pobano. Why never nyasa juso supani ni akaba kuma sika pobano. Obinya sebi ankobe yebi. Obinya sebi ankobe yebi. Lagwa bakana ne flampo demni favisi. Lagwa bakana ne flampo demni favisi. Me ma jabin da kwa yadungen. Me ma jabin da kwa yadungen. Ya domani ada kubo jojo ta touchmo champon fungen. Ya domani ada kubo jojo touchmo champon fungen. O to sika sama na jija kungen. O to sika sama na jija kungen. Ja kwa ba ban kwa nyum flower. Ja kwa ba ban kwa nyum flower. Hina flower flampo demni fa o. Hina flower flampo demni fa o. O se du tue me mo di nya visio. Se du tue me mo di nya visio. O pensu na di kabom kabom ne obi nya se bia go baby. O saji fo flampo demni fa o. Saji fo flampo demni fa o. O pokwa me mo di nya visio. O pokwa me mo di nya visio. Wan ne be na se ja cho pokwa pani ni acha iri kwa ba no. Wan ne be ja cho pokwa ni acha iri kwa ba no. Obi nya se bia go baby. Obi nya se bia go baby. Wa saji fo gunya gwa singen. O saji fo gunya gwa singen. O kwa santina je kasangen. O kwa santina dwe kasangen. Wo kiwela to bravo de me fa gunya gwa sa chumni a chemebra.
Jean.
Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Rowley, the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago.
Jean.
Beloved sons and daughters of Trinidad and Tobago.
Jean.
We bring you loyal greetings from your brethren across the ocean in the Asante Kingdom, within the Republic of Ghana. The chiefs and people of Asante, one of the surviving kingdoms of Africa, wish you joy on this momentous day and prosperity in all the years to come.
Jean.
Let me express our sincere thanks to the Prime Minister for his gracious invitation to be your guest of honor at this year's Emancipation Day.
Jean.
It has enabled us to embark on a journey, indeed a pilgrimage, of the most profound significance as the heirs of a proud kingdom stretching several centuries back on a continent scarred by the demons of history.
Jean.
We come with a heart heavy with the pain and anguish of a history smeared in the blood and tears of our tortured sons and daughters, extracted from their homes into slavery to be bestialized and brutalized in foreign lands.
Jean.
And yet, this heart is also pumped up with pride in the valor, resilience, and indomitable spirit of the African soul.
Jean.
We come with a heart of sorrow for wars that can never be measured, but also filled with faith, abiding faith in the ultimate triumph of the African soul and the power of reconciliation and renewal.
Jean.
Embedded in our culture is an obligation to honor our dead, to draw inspiration from their lives and to celebrate our heroes. Trinidad and Tobago deserves all the honor as the first nation to commemorate Emancipation Day as a national holiday.
Jean.
And particularly for giving it the international dimension it has assumed. Our presence here affords us the opportunity to perform a historic duty to pay homage to the 20 million sons and daughters of Africa who were the victims of the transatlantic slave trade.
Jean.
Without doubt, the most cruel enterprise in human history.
Jean.
To salute the valiant heroes and martyrs who through 2 harrowing centuries mounted courageous resistance against the enslavement to try and break free from the chains of bondage.
Jean.
We salute the brave men and women of all races and persuasions who stepped forth to lead the anti-slavery movement, whose trenchant struggles paved the way to the historic emancipation of August 1st, 1834.
Jean.
And yes, we also salute the heroes in the post-emancipation epoch. Marcus Garvey, Dr. W.B. Du Bois, Dr. Martin Luther King, the radical Trinidadian intellect George Padmore, C.L.R. James, whose intellectual and philosophical ideas fanned the flames of Pan-Africanism and inspired leaders like Kwame Nkrumah, Jomo Kenyatta, and Nelson Mandela to pursue the political emancipation of the continent of Africa from the yoke of colonialism.
Jean.
The Emancipation Act, passed by the British government granting the slaves freedom from bondage, entered into force on August 1st, 1834. It set the momentum for the European countries and the United States, but decades of intense struggle lay ahead before the consolidation of the process.
Jean.
But while the slaves from Africa were at least nominally free from bondage in the lands of former toil, the continent were at least, from which they were extracted, remained under colonial subjugation.
Jean.
It was not until 130 years after the emancipation of African slaves that both the mother continent of Africa and the countries of the Caribbean, where they were now domiciled, could gain independence.
Jean.
from the colonial masters, beginning with Ghana in 1957, and even then from the continent as well as the diaspora, we continue to ponder what emancipation.
Jump.
What emancipation when every government in Africa is still struggling against severe odds to lift their people from grinding poverty? What emancipation when we still are obliged to look up to our former colonial masters for support and survival? And what emancipation when the descendants of the emancipated slaves still cannot walk the streets of the greatest nations on earth, free from fear for their lives? What emancipation for George Floyd, Steve Lawrence, Fafona, and the endless line of our descendants who have fallen to the feet of racial bigotry across Europe and the United States? And what emancipation when even our sportsmen cannot perform without confronting the taunts and hate of mobs because of who they are? We have come to share with you the joy and mirth of the moment, to showcase the enthralling culture that defines us and to bear testimony to the fact that beyond the walls of history and the oceans that seek to separate us, we remain and ever will be one people with one common destiny. It is in that spirit that we also recognize the need to go beyond the mirth of the moment to try to understand the essence of emancipation and the challenges it poses to every descent in the diaspora. Giving people the freedom to wallow in poverty cannot be true emancipation, nor can it be when the emancipated souls are thrust onto an environment hostile with racial discrimination and injustice. The tribulations facing our governments in Africa, Caribbean, and Latin America as they struggle to lift our people from grinding poverty and the racial discrimination our people continue to endure worldwide, not only determine our emancipation, but now pose a mortal danger to our humanity. I believe, therefore, that over 180 years after the Emancipation Act, it is time for a universal effort to give meaning to emancipation, and I invite our leaders to pursue the proclamation of a new universal declaration against racial discrimination, which will have, among its elements, the elevation of racial discrimination into a crime against humanity. Secondly, I invite our governments to pay attention to the education of our youth about our common heritage, the history of our glorious past through the millennia of great empires that ruled in the world long before the onset of European civilization, and the intrinsic values that have shaped us as a people and have survived through all the storms of the past. We need this to debunk the obnoxious narratives that have infected us with a deficiency complex over the years and reconnect us with the wisdom and true hardy substance from which our forefathers sprang. Beloved Trinidadians, beloved gems of African heritage destined by circumstance to glow in the soil of the Caribbean Isles, I ask with deep solemnity for a period of introspection, for each one of us to ask himself or herself, what am I doing? What am I doing for my country, for my community, my family, and myself? No nation is built by magic or by stealth. Nations are built by the sweat and labor of the people. 2 centuries ago, your forefathers were cruelly extracted from their homes and brutally compelled to exert their labor to serve and create wealth for others. Today you have the opportunity to freely build a nation of your own, to create wealth for yourselves, and to live the happy lives your forefathers were denied. What, I ask, could be more glorious than this.
Jump.
I'm not unmindful of the complexities of the African condition reflected in stark terms by the psychological damage and attendant moral afflictions from which generations of Africans are still smartened. The resultant imbalance has led to attitudes that should be understandable from the perspective of a psychologist, but we should not simply surrender to its ills.
Jump.
We should accept it is a historic challenge to strive to eliminate the scars of the past and boldly create new conditions for the wealth and well-being of our families and our nations. That is why I wish to address the need for re-education as a key to redemption and call on scholars, writers, and indeed to the education establishment of African heritage to launch a united effort for the preparation of the material for use at all levels to tell the true African story to this and coming generations.
Jump.
This does not mean we have to wait until we have cleared all the debris of the past before our future can be secured. We have a problem today that we dare not ignore. The new transatlantic debt trade has erupted in a continent of Africa, involving the grotesque, heartbreaking spectacle of our most able-bodied young people, paying people to lead them to their death. Men and women, many of them of higher education, are making perilous journeys in search of greener pastures in the lands where our forefathers were forced into slavery. Here in Trinidad and in other sister islands of the Caribbean, we have the unfortunate upset of needless violence, often fueled by drugs.
Jump.
I cannot pretend to know all the reason or to have answer, but I'm sure it reflects a degree of despair that has the potential to set our nations further back. And I also know one thing: giving in to despair does not reflect the African. As king of a mighty warrior kingdom, I can assure you that the African spirit does not cower under adversity.
Jump.
If it were not so, we would have been wiped out of the face of the earth as a race long before our time.
Jump.
Africa has been proven to be the cradle of the human race. It was from the shores and forests of Africa that humans first drifted to lands now known as Asia, Europe, and Americas. That being the fact, can we not say with pride that our great-great-great-grandmother, mine as well as yours, is truly the mother and the midwife of the human race?
Jump.
Yes, we can.
Jump.
Yes, we can.
Jump.
So why should we allow others to steal our pride, ossify our true heritage, and leave us in despair? The true African spirit is to stand up and yell, "Ne desperandum."
Jump.
We should, beloved Trinidadians, we must resist the temptation to be defined by drugs and needless violence, by slothfulness and wanton indiscipline. The Asante Kingdom has survived through 4 centuries because of the fidelity of the people to the Goldens to and their king.
Jump.
Their discipline and hard work, these are the qualities we cherish from our stock. Fortunately, we do not even have to look far into history for inspiration. There are enough heroes and heroines in the pantheon of greatness to inspire every child in Trinidad to dream and go for it.
Jump.
We must resolve to be defined by the sporting prowess of Muhammad Ali, Nascimento Pele,
Jump.
Brian Lara, Kobe Bryant, Usain Bolt, Serena Williams, and Wilma Rudolph.
Jump.
We must be defined by the music of such immortals as Louis Armstrong, Bob Marley, Nat King Cole, Aretha Franklin, Mariam Makeba.
Jump.
And yes, we must be defined by the heights by which great men reached and kept. Great men of our kith and kin like Barack Obama, General Colin Powell, Busumu Kofi Annan, Ngozi Okonjo. Some of the greatest leaders of the modern world, whose record of leadership in the highest global level stand tall against any measure. And I dare add, there is enough quality closer home to counter any negativity, to dispel any despair. George Padmore was among the first to critically analyze how colonialism was despoiling Africa, extracting its wealth to enrich the colonial master. His book, Africa, Britain's Third Empire, was promptly banned by the colonial government, but Padmore's vigorous advocacy of the Pan-African ideal was that what sharpened African students in London, like Kwame Nkrumah, Jomo Kenyatta, and Joe Appiah, immersed them in the Pan-African vision which prepared them to return to lead the revolution for the emancipation of Africa from colonialism. Padmore joined Padmore joined his friend Nkrumah on the achievement of independence in Ghana and ran Nkrumah's African Affairs Secretariat, which was responsible for supporting liberation movements across Africa. He died a citizen of Ghana and stands as a symbol of Ghana Trinidad oneness. Your first Prime Minister, Dr. Eric Williams, was another close friend of Nkrumah whose insight in economic affairs remains undiminished, and I recall another distinguished Trinidadian son, Philip Cross, who served as senior legal counsel. It is patently clear that Ghana and Trinidad and Tobago share one destiny, a common destiny fortified by the blood of our sons and daughters and driven by the high vision of our leaders. We have no choice but to join hands together, work together, think together, plan together, pool all our resources together to lift our countries out of the distress of the moment into the prosperity of that is their destiny. As we herald the heroes from whose exploits on the global stage we draw inspiration, we see worrying gaps on the pantheon. Where are the mighty titans of business who are shaping the globe today? Where are we in the laboratories from which scientific discoveries are shaping mankind? Where are we in the digital world? The fortunes of nations and individuals are being transformed daily by new technology, and the prospects of artificial intelligence taking control of the global economy looms large. But where are we in the race? You have heard over again about the scourge of climate change. I am sure you have not just heard, but have experienced the devastating effect. In Ghana, the forest from which the Asante Kingdom drew its strength and wealth is depleted. The combined effects of insufferable droughts and raging floods threaten the very existence of mankind, and we are the main victims. We can either face the challenge or surrender to its consequences. There can be no question that to face the challenge with fortitude is a task for every citizen. Our businessmen need to step forward to explore the myriad of opportunities in the new economy, the green economy, to create wealth for themselves, create jobs for the people, and together create wealth for the nation. In the face of these challenges and consequential opportunities, there should be no reason for despair, and most certainly no reason for any recourse to wanton acts of violence, indiscipline, or inter-ethnic strife. We all belong together. 3 years ago, I had the honor of hosting the Prime Minister in my palace in Kumasi when he visited Ghana as the guest of honor at the celebration of Ghana's Independence Day. We had the opportunity for very fruitful discussions and to share ideas on wide-ranging issues. We have followed the affairs of your sister state closely since then. From all our observations, there's no reason for us to doubt every reason to be confident that beloved Trinidad and Tobago is in safe hands and pointing in the right trajectory. We see every prospect of building a prosperous state which can be a model of inclusivity and the racial harmony the world so desperately needed today. But as the people need good leaders, so good leaders need loyal people to help deliver success. So in the spirit of your great ancestors, whose heritage has been bequeathed to us, I ask you, beloved sons and daughters of Trinidad and Tobago, valiant sons and daughters of the heroes whose resilience broke down the chains of slavery, let us rise above and abolish notions of despair, cast into the fire temptations to meaningless violence and any habit calculated to undermine the peace and stability of the state. Remember, this is home, your home. It is yours to build and yours to save. Home is where the honor is, and any honor only grows in the soil of peace. As I return to my peaceful abode in Kumasi, Ghana, I hope one day in the future I can hear someone say, we heard a voice from the Asante forest, we listened and we found peace. And with peace came accelerated development and prosperity. God bless Trinidad and Tobago. God bless the brotherhood of Trinidad and Tobago and Ghana. May we together find everlasting prosperity for this and generations to come. Thank you and enjoy glorious Emancipation Day. Thank you.
Oh,